Another important trend that's happening, in distribution centers is this: millennials are walking into the DCs in troves. And these millennials are, a slightly a different breed of people. I mean, they're basically, they're people that were born between 1984 and 2004, and they were brought up differently, unlike the boomers, right? The millennials were brought up with so much care by the, helicopter parents, and they pretty much got what they wanted. And also, I mean, they work very hard, and they, very technology savvy and very technology dependent. And their attitude is that they don't want to wait for a year or a couple of years to become a manager or to grow in the organization, right? They want the corner office tomorrow, and they want to become the CEO or whatever C-level executive is very quickly, and they're willing to work hard. They're willing to do whatever it takes to get there. Unlike the boomers, who paid their dues to get there, right? I mean, hey, when the boomers were told, hey, this is how things work, and you got to do this to get where you want to go, and they listened and they did their job. Whereas the millennials are, not like that. They don't want to do it. They want to, get there tomorrow, get to the corner office tomorrow. And the millennials are also very technology savvy and very technology dependent. For example, I have this friend who is an older gentleman, and his daughter is a millennial, and she'll be in her room, and this gentleman will be watching TV at his home. And if she wants something, she wouldn't come in front of him and ask him or have a conversation. She would send him a text message. And they live their life in the middle of the whole texting session they are having, the Facebook session they are having, the FaceTime session they are having, the Snapchat session they are having, and that's how technology dependent they are, and technology savvy as well. For example, we had this a millennial user. Actually, there was this customer that deployed our devices, and there were two managers, right? There was the older gentleman in the first shift, and there was this millennial manager in the second shift. So the older gentleman, his job was to make sure the operators are performing their job, following the best ergonomics, and doing it faster, doing it effectively, following the engineering labor standards and the motion studies they've done. And he would follow these operators. The operators would be doing their work in the forklift or a truck or whatever, and he would be following them in a golf cart and observing them and giving them guidance, giving them instructions. Hey, this is how you need to do, correcting them if they were doing wrongly, and so forth. So that was his style of working. Whereas the millennial manager, who was working for the second shift, what he did, he said, hey, take this device. And that was one of the smart Gladiator devices. He would have them record how they're doing their work. Every motion was recorded for a period of 30 minutes, and then he would go and do his own job, because he had other things that he needed to get done. There were not many people in the second shift, so he had to do pulling, picking, whatever. So he would go and do his job, and then after 30 minutes, he'll come back and watch the video, and then critique the video, how this person is doing from the video, and then provide instructions. So that was even better, because he, in the 30 minutes, instead of just walking behind this operator, he was doing something else, and have him record by basically he figured out an efficient way to do the thing. That's how creative the millennials are. So it's really important to understand. Not only understand what the millennials are coming with their attributes, but also providing the right tools so they can be creative, and they can also contribute to this whole thing, right? It's as simple as if there is a problem, it's as simple as creating an app and addressing that problem. And the millennials are very good at that, because they're technology savvy and also technology dependent. So they can come up with better ways to do things from looking at problems from their perspective. And also that's why even Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO and co-founder of Facebook, right? He has a reverse mentoring relationship with Donald Graham. He's the CEO of Washington Post. And when Facebook was growing so fast, Mark would ask this other gentleman, older gentleman, about being a leader, leadership, and fulfilling the CEO duties effectively and things like that. Whereas this older gentleman would learn from Mark on how to leverage social media for his company. So those are some things that you folks want to think about for the trend that's happening now. And of course smart Gladiator devices are much more millennial friendly than anything else in the market, and any new ideas can be implemented by as simple as creating an app on the device. And this is impacting workforce big time. in today's distribution centers and supply chain. Thank you.